Let me quickly introduce some gentlemen that have joined me to discuss some national political issues. I have at my left Honorable Dr. Edem Okoko. He's a development sociologist and also a social affairs commentator. Good evening, Dr. So good to have you.
Good evening, and good evening, Cross River.
And by my far left, a gentleman in black suits and a red bow tie, regular face on the show. Elder Comrade Isom Basir. He's the council secretary and of the one of the mayoral status in Nigeria, Calabar municipality. Ibe, so good to have you join us. Good evening.
Thanks so much for having me. Good evening, Cross River. I love you.
Okay, so gentlemen, just yesterday we saw the six councils in the FCT going out for their elections. We remember very well the last elections a few years ago. We saw the opposition party having a full grip, but now we see APC having 5 and the PDP having 1. Honorable Goko, let's talk about the FCT elections. We saw the FCT minister moving around, looking and watching closely at how the process went yesterday.
Yeah, he is the minister, and it's his duty to ensure that everything moves as smoothly and peacefully. So what he was doing was actually doing his official duty as a man who oversees, who is responsible for the day-to-day upkeep of the Federal Capital Territory. So His Excellency Nyesom Wike was doing what was expected of him, and it shows that he's a man who takes his job very seriously. He takes absolute responsibility for his job. So he wanted to ensure that there's no breakdown of law and order. So many other people may say that he was going around to probably see how the party. No. What his primary duty was for what he was implementing yesterday, was what he was showcasing yesterday. So he did very well in that aspect. And we also, apart from the party, which gives me, the voters party, which keeps me worried. I mean, I don't know. I just hope he can find a way to incentivize the voters to come out. Where he does not speak well of our country, does not speak well of our democracy, does not speak well of our election. I don't know what INEC are going to do. I don't know what the government of the day, because we can't leave this to INEC only. I don't know what the government of the day will do, but we definitely have to find a way to bring in some degree of incentive that can actually bring out the voters.
Okay. Let's look at this election. In the last few years, we saw Labour Party and PDP, having swear. I don't think there was an APC chairman in the council there. Now we have APC having 5 councils, then just 1 for the PDP. How would you rate that political development there?
Well, I think it is a way of reciprocating the good values the president and by extension the minister of FCT has done and put in place in the Federal Capital Territory. If you were in Abuja, if you have lived in Abuja before the emergence of His Excellency Asiwaju Senator Dr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and you now go to Abuja now, you know that the difference is clear. The issue of hold up where some of us choose not to visit some areas like the Maraba, Nyanya, New Caro area because of hold up. That is where we now choose to, well in Abuja, we now choose to visit frequently because of the expansion of the infrastructure in the areas of roads. The public health sector that was not working in Abuja today, people are not traveling. I know people that used to go for routine medical checkups abroad. Today, they do everything in Abuja. So the minister, just like the president, is a phenomenon. So having performed so well, the only way the people of Abuja across the 6 local government areas, the only way they can say, thank you for what you have done, we expect you to do more, is to vote for APC. That's why I say it is a reciprocation of what the president and by extension the minister of the FCT is doing. Before now, the minister of FCT was never concerned with their welfare. I have approached him 3 to 4 times, and I saw that he never had the political will to impact in the life of the people of Abuja and also impact infrastructure in the FCT. But today, the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is intentional. And he finished work by bringing the likes of Barrister Honorable Chief Nyesom Ezenwa-Wike to be minister. If you have been to Abuja before Wike became minister, and you go to Abuja now, even if you don't have voters card, Abuja's voters card, you beg your friends, relatives who are there to vote for APC. So I think it is a very good development where people are beginning to be more politically realistic and politically conscious to vote reality, not just social media. Because if we had followed social media, definitely a lot of people would have given up. Even when there was apartheid, electoral apartheid, where a lot of people, as expected, never came out. But at least those that came out did the needful. And the most joyous thing about the exercise of yesterday is the commendation of that election made by ADC chieftains, PDP, SDP, LP, and other political parties chieftains, commending INEC for giving a free and fair election yesterday. And they even wished, according to one of the speakers, that 2027 election should be this free and fair. So it is kudos to INEC and kudos to the president and the FCT management for allowing a free and fair election to take place across the 6 local government areas of the Federal Capital Territory, where today even the opposition, even those who lost, as we are watching on television and on social media, they are the ones commending the electoral umpires for bringing on board a very effective, transparent, free and fair election.
Okay, great. Doctor, let me come back to you. Now, looking at the results, we see what's happening in our nation. ADC is talking very tough, that they want seats for president come 2027. We also have the PDP talking pretty tough as well. That with these FCT elections, do you think that could be used as a litmus test, where we see ADC not close, Labour Party not even close, but we are seeing APC winning and just one PDP? So if we should link this to 2027, do you think that ADC and the other political parties that I may say they are opposition, are they truly ready for the 2027 elections? Can we use this FCT election to judge them, or maybe we just allow them thrive till 2027?
I think for ADC, I only wish them well. I don't want them to lose hope. They have tried. Given the short span of time within which they exist, for the little vote they've got, I think it's a step forward. They should not lose it. But like Comrade Minister has said, it's a stamp of appreciation on the ruling party APC that we saw those votes in LTC turn out that way. We saw the way out of the 6 local government area or local area, we find out that 5 of it was won by, and the most important most juicy one is AMAC at the APC, because it's always been elusive to the government, to the party in government. More often than they've always lost. The party that owns the government, they've always lost AMAC. This is a very clear manifestation of the work of His Excellency. His amazing one week is working well. The policy of His Excellency, Ashwani Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is working well, and people are accepting it. But the most critical part that I really want us to look also is a connection. That there are a lot of the party always do this mistake. Yeah, Abuja looks urban, but people who own Abuja, the indigenous people of Abuja, yes. And that was where ADC lost out. The man that represented Dr. Mo from Benue State, And Abuja are deeply tribal. The Baggy people that dominate, they are formed indigenous blood. They are deeply tribal. They don't want any other outsider to come in, and that was why give it to APC. They studied it, they understood it, and that was why Wike was probably told the PDP guy step down because the chairman, the APC chairman, is an indigenous son of the Baggy. Yes, they said they will not throw away their son, and that was why you find that in areas where the Baggy dominates, instead they come out massively, irrespective of their party, they came out massively to vote for their son, and that's a lesson for the opposition. It's not just going on social media and shouting. Have you studied the undercurrent? Those things that can make you win.
Yes.
Have you looked at those basic indices, social indices, tribal indices, traditional indices? And let us give it, Wike is doing some fantastic job unconsciously. This is the first time we are having an FCT minister that is not trying to institutionalize his own perceived traditional institution. Because what we had before, most of the time when the core Northerners were the one, they always want to introduce emirship into and this is what this war has been resisting over years. And that's why you find out even their own Senator Philip Adiduwa, they don't joke with him. And Wike has done so well in cutting the friendship of Philip Adiduwa. And this is a typical Baggy son that they don't joke with. So when you put all these indices together, it was just bound, it was just proper that APC should take the deal.
Great. Okay, let's move away from the FCT now and get to South. Some days back, in the course of the week, we saw the Rivers State House of Assembly halting the impeachment proceedings against the governor of Rivers State and the deputy. They had to hinge it on the intervention of Mr. President. Comrade Ibe, let's look at this back and forth. We are gradually moving into the state congresses. We're going to move into election moment, campaigns, and all of that. Is this a good one for Rivers State, or is it just a way of piping low to pick up another action? From the House Assembly members.
I don't think so. I believe there is peace now in Rivers State. The issue of impeachment, as we all know, was politically motivated. So the political motivator have been advised to call his members, his brothers, his compatriots to order. And by the special grace of God, there is relative peace today in Rivers State. Because they are aware that impeachment, all those internal impasse, will never take them anywhere. All we have been looking and praying for in Rivers State has been development and growth. Rivers State is very, very important to us in South-South geopolitical zone. And we are very formidable. Economically, you know that the South-South is responsible for almost the largest chunk or percentage of the country's GDP because of our oil. And Rivers State plays a pivotal role. So whatever affects the eye, definitely the nose can never be comfortable. The mouth can never be comfortable. The ears and other organs of the body will never be comfortable. So as a Crossivarian, as the national chairman of South-South APC Support Group's Leadership Caucus, the apex body of all support groups of APC in South-South, I am very joyous, I'm very happy. And I want to say kudos to the president for playing a fatherly role in ensuring that there is peace in Rivers State. And also kudos to our beloved leader, Barrister Honorable Comrade Wike, for accepting peace in Rivers State. As you can see, it is the peace is beginning to yield results. The governor of Rivers State was just given an award a few days ago. And after God, he dedicated the award to Nyesom Wike, the FCT minister. It is to show that there is that political willingness there is readiness to work together. And I'm never a sadist that will support continuous and perpetual internal impasse in Rivers State. That is why I am very happy, because Rivers State happens to be part and parcel of my jurisdiction. Talk about the South-South APC Support Group's Leadership Caucus. So if Rivers State is not at peace, I can never be at peace. So now that part of my jurisdiction, Rivers State, is at peace, I am very joyous. I even celebrated with some of my National ESCO members who came to Calabar, Cross River State, for the National Executive Council meeting of the South-South APC Support Group's Leadership Caucus. So it is a very good development,
Great.
and I'm happy for that.
All right, great. Now, Doctor, some Nigerians are saying that what the House of Assembly did was just was face saving. That Wiki had started losing political relevance, especially when we had Governor Simi, Fubara, moved into the APC family. So he had a strong footing there. Do you agree with that, the thought of some Nigerians that it was just to save their faces?
Well, the politics are about horse trading. Save their face, if some people may say that, but because they have also horse traded, this is what we give us this, and we'll let go of this. I'm sure in that bargain, in that horse trading, they must have gotten what they wanted, and so they can let go of the impeachment notice. But like you said, Wike too is a political fighter. He knows when to fight and run away, so he can live to fight another day. So he must have looked at the whole scenario and said, I know at this point, let me pull back so that I can conserve some energy to fight again. And Fubara knows that as a governor, that knows that continuing this fight will not be of any benefit to him or to the people of Rivers State. It's very clear. When you look at the indices, you look at the roadmap, it was not looking good. So common sense has to rein in. So they have to sit back and look at it critically. For Wike, okay, let me reserve the energy for the fight. We don't know what will come up another day. Let us, for the House of Assembly, let's shoot ourselves. We have gotten what we want for now, at least. But I don't know the other declaration, which was to allow them all run again unhindered, to give them the opportunity to run for second term unhindered. So whether they got that part of the deal, I just can't see. But I'm sure they got what they wanted, so that was why the impeachment was. And then the activities of His Excellency Senator Asiwaju Bola Ahmed has been very. It shows that he's a tactician, he's a political tactician. He's a man who can manage our idiosyncrasies and the complexities of our country, the various complexities of the various sub-regional groups that makes up Nigeria. It shows that he's a man who has the appetite, has the capacity to manage, because his intervention in Rivers State went a long way in stabilizing both the political and the economic dynamics of that state.
Great. Okay, because of time, we just have to hang it there. We have to hang it there, then maybe continue next week, Sunday, God willing. I must say a very big thank you to you, Honorable Dr. Ede Bukun. It's always a delight having you on the show.
Thank you very much.
I'm not forgetting Elder Comrade Ibe Iso Basidon, the Secretary of the Calabar Municipality. So good to have you. And the Chairman of South
APC Support Group. Though you forgot to congratulate Calabar Municipality, especially the Mayor of Calabar, Apostle Rider James Anam, for helping to organize the most peaceful
Congress
and freest
Congress.
local government APC Congress in Cross River State.
We need to talk about that when we have the State Congress on the 7th, so that we can
Okay.
just run through the local
Okay.
chapter at the 7th. Congratulations.
Okay, thanks so much. I'm
So
very happy.
this is where we have to anchor the event, the show tonight. Let's do this again next week, Sunday, God willing. When we come back next Sunday, we'll be saying Happy New Month, because it's going to be the 1st of March. My name is Joseph Ian. Have a beautiful night rest. Good night.